Great morning, everybody. Welcome to Jump into June. This is our day one welcome. Welcome. All of you new folks coming in, welcome. All of you returning maniacs, welcome back. That's right, we're not stopping. We're going to do it again. What's up, Mark Brown? What's up, Brian? Hey, Janet. Dana. Great morning, everybody. What's up, Susan? When you check in, this is our welcome, but when you check in, you're going to push 20 hearts, spread the love, and check in. Comment, great morning, amen. Great morning, everybody. I want to officially welcome you to 30 Days of June. And the theme this month is called Jump into June. The reason why I've selected the word jump, other than the fact that it has a J, is because that's what we're going to do this month. We're going to take all of our ideas and we're going to put them into play, and we're going to jump into June. So this is going to be the first rise up of June, and it's going to be in the format of a welcome. So I want to make sure that we welcome all of you. So we've been doing this for about 3 years now, I think, something like that. If you've been with us in the What's the Risk group for the whole time, then you know, maybe make some comments and help all these new people that are coming in understand what the heck this is. But the whole idea of this, the creation of this group, it was based on just a silly idea I had one day where I just was looking for some accountability, and I made a decision of what I was going to transform my physical, mental, and financial well-being, and I just thought it would be a good idea to kind of like publicly state what I was going to do and challenge myself, put my credibility on the line. And I said, I'm going to go create this group, and you know, here we are. There's thousands of people following this. So we're going to go over the format today, but the basic principle of the What's the Risk group, and the reason why that we named it that, is it's just based on this idea of looking at the risks associated with trying, right? Of actually taking action with consistency and commitment. And there are risks associated, right? You might fail, you might not be good at it, you might not follow through, all that stuff, right? But then comparing them to the risk of doing nothing, and then you see that's the worst risk. You know, the worst risk is doing nothing. So that's the idea of the What's the Risk group, is, you know, like, hey, what the hell? You know, I'm gonna give it my best. But then you get to this new level when you realize that there is a secret to success. And it's just a matter of doing it without stopping, no matter what. So I wrote some things down to get your headspace right, and then I'll go over the format of the What's the Risk group, and then we'll kick it off, right? And we'll set some goals. So I love this. This is kind of in tune with the What's the Risk group. We always get our headspace right. Hey, what's up, Leanne? Purple's my favorite color, by the way. So I love the purple hearts. If nothing is sure, think about this. If nothing is sure in life, what's cool about that is it means everything is possible. So all of you that don't think things are possible, you know, there's a statement that just squashes that. This is a quote by Malcolm X. See, I read this stuff and I listen to this stuff every morning. The future belongs to those that prepare, by Malcolm X. So what are we doing? We're practicing success, and we're getting prepared for a successful future. I love this one. You don't change your life. A lot of you think that you change your life up here, right? That you got to read something and be motivated and be focused and ready. You don't change your life up here. You change your life in action. You know, action creates here. A lot of us think that you need to be right in your head to take action. That's not true. So that's why I always love the idea of taking your ideas and stress testing them. put them into play. In this group, the idea is that we're not hoping and praying only, right? A lot of people pray more than they play. So we're taking all of our ideas and our passions and everything, and we're stress testing them, and we're putting them into play. This is not an environment to solely rest on hopes and dreams. This is an action-oriented environment, and that's what we're all doing together. So take your ideas and stress test them. Don't wait. This is awesome. Don't wait. A lot of you are doing this. Don't wait for the world to stop you. Wait for the world to stop so that you can step out in front. Think about that. Don't wait for that opportunity. Don't wait for everything to be perfect so you can step out in front and take a lead. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that at all. And then I wrote a quote here that I heard this morning, that there's two different types of people. There's people that say, I need to feel like it to practice discipline, because this group is all about discipline. I need to feel like it to practice discipline, but then you shift and you realize that I need to be disciplined to feel like it. So on the topic of discipline, this group, you have that idea of what's the risk, but it's all about discipline. And as you'll hear me say over and over and over again, discipline is your best friend. Discipline is your friend that will never, ever let you down, ever let you down. So success happens on purpose, right? We actually have to practice being successful. That's what action is. Action is practicing being successful. So here are some tips on practicing discipline, right? So one of the things you need to do is you need to know what you want and why. So we always say put up your dukes, right? Putting up your dukes means you have to be emotionally engaged and attached to what it is that you want. So in this group, we always decide what we want physically, mentally, and financially. But every morning we rise up, and I'll talk about that. We need to fully embrace what we want and why. And we have to, the reason why, when you decide what you want and why, it takes that thing that you want and it puts value to it, and it helps you emotionally engage. And you have to grab that emotional engagement to what you want every single day. So think about what it is that you want for this month, and think about why it's important. Connect it to family, connect it to the things that are most important to you, and you got something. By the way, every time you check into this group, especially on this first day, always check in with 20 hearts, whether you're watching this as a recording or not. It's going to be at the top of our page, and push the share button. When you push the share button for all of the people that are going to do Rise Ups this month, it's not about them. It's about putting this idea and this portal of entry into this group for everybody, right? If you think about it, if we all did that, if we all get in the practice of doing it and paying this forward, we would have 100,000 people in this group, and that would be fun. And then I'd be really nervous, right? No. So block time for discipline, right? So if we understand that we have to be, success happens on purpose, and we have to practice successful habits, block time for it. Make time, this is what we do in the morning, make time to be practicing your discipline. If we're going to commit to making discipline action steps every day, we have to make time for it. And what will happen is after a while, it's not easy. I woke up at 4:50 this morning, and I did not feel like it, and I went for a run, because one of my goals is I'm going to become a runner, because I hate running, but I'm going to become a runner, right? So I woke up, and I just, that time slot is for nothing else but running. And I connected it from my what to my why, and I did it. And I feel fantastic now. I'm clear. I did my sit-ups, and I did my rise up. Okay, so what we do every day when we rise up is we set our physical, our mental, and our financial goals. So we have this idea called journaling. So what you're looking at here is my journal, and every day I wake up, and I take about 10, 15 minutes, and I'm reading to you typically, and everybody that does their Rise Ups, and all of you are welcome to do a Rise Up and challenged to do a Rise Up. We have these wonderful people that keep coming back and doing Rise Ups, but I want all of you to say, I want to do a Rise Up. Some brand new people have reached out to me very, very timidly and said, I'm going to do a Rise Up. But we start off by saying, here's what's happening today, emotionally engaged to our what and our why, and make sure that your physical, mental, and financial goals are always connected to this main thing. You know, I did one the other day that said, when your main thing becomes your main thing, right? and you're good. So physical, mental, and financial goals, we always want to connect those action steps in that discipline, blocked out time to our main thing. And then we always have to put up our dukes, right? Always connect what we want and our why. Always remember, always get emotionally connected. So in this group, we recognize that action is a conscious decision, right? So we went through this book called The 15 Commitments of Conscious Leadership last month and the month before. And the reason why we did that is because you can't go through life unconsciously. The herd, right? It's crowded at the bottom and it's lonely at the top. Most of the world, 90+%, is unconsciously going through the world and letting the world happen to them. We're making a conscious decision to be successful and be happy, so it has to happen. In this group, we recognize it's a conscious decision, and it requires a commitment, not just a decision, but a commitment to practice discipline, to practice the action steps that you want over time. And that decision to commit is not pending any circumstances. So that's that whole idea. Discipline is not, it's not pending circumstances in life. You're never a victim of circumstances when you commit to discipline. Martin Luther King has this amazing quote that says, if you can't fly, run. If you can't run, walk. And if you can't walk, crawl, right? Never, ever stop moving. Never stop moving. So we just pick these little things that we do with discipline every day. For me, I'm going to run every day. And we're going to have a celebration at the end, you'll see. So you must decide to do it no matter what. So we rise up. So the idea of the group is that we rise up. One of the greatest things you can do to practice your discipline muscle is get up early. So I've been doing this for 3 years, and it's not easy in the beginning, but now it's robotic, right? I do it all the time. I get up. Oh, we've got a big smiley face just popped up there. That's fun. So we get up early, and we're going to do that for the next 30 days, right? And the reason why we get up early is because when you move from unconscious to conscious, sleep to awake, it's a very, very fragile place. Most people wake up fear, uncertainty, anxiety. So we get up because we recognize that winning the morning wins the day. So we have these routines. I wake up and I say thank you. I rip the sheets off. I put my feet on the floor and I say, how can I help? That's the focus that's connected to my what and my why. But we win the day, right? And I recommend that the first thing that you listen to, don't make sure you do you before the world does you. Meaning, don't check your email, don't check your text, don't check the outside world. Focus on you. Get your mind straight. Listen or read something positive and uplifting, right? To get your mind, you're sculpting the day by winning that morning. And then we journal. So that the journaling process is, regardless of anything's on your mind, you say, here's what's happening today. You set your physical, mental, financial goals. I always like to recommend that you put a quote down, something that inspires you. And you'll notice as you go through the journaling process, you'll start to get excited. You'll start to get inspired. It could start off by saying, I am writing a journal entry right now and I have nothing to say. And then all of a sudden, 4 lines down, you go, whoa. That's pretty cool what I just wrote. I'm pretty excited about that. So we journal every day. Folks, I can't, pop off some hearts if you understand the value of journaling. Push the share button and comment what's happened to you since you've started journaling. It is one of the most amazing practices of discipline. And then here's what happens. You start to recognize some of the stuff you write is amazing, and then you tap into the greatest joy in the world, and that is sharing it with others by doing a Rise Up. And those of you that are doing Rise Ups in here is unbelievable. And and wait until you see what I'm going to create with 3 years of doing these every day, right? I'm doing a podcast, I'm doing a book and everything. When the lights go off, that means it's almost time to stop. So paying it forward is huge. Paying it forward by sharing your Rise Ups, paying it forward by sharing this group, paying it forward by letting people know about this amazing thing and sharing it with them. So that's it. So welcome to June. We always play music. I'm gonna take us out with an amazing song. Part of the discipline I practice is I not only do the Rise Up, I not only do the exercise. This morning belongs to me, and my whole day is going to be sculpted around it, but I drink water every day, so you'll always see me when I do a Rise Up or anybody else drinking water. It's a habit of health. And the last thing I'll say is on June 26th, and I want everybody, you guys are all welcome to come celebrate with me. Is going to be unique. On June 26th, across the country, all of us that do Rise Ups, we're going to have a celebration party, and we're going to celebrate on that day that we've done 26 days so far. We'll have 4 days more, 26 days of practicing discipline. And everybody's going to be able to look at each other, and we're going to feel great. We're going to have healthy foods. We'll do a presentation on our program and all that stuff. So at my office in Westchester on the 26th, we're going to have a meeting. Probably, it's a Tuesday night, so it'll be like 7 p.m. But I want to challenge everybody to create a focal point where you'll have the same type of a meeting, and you'll be celebrating the success that you've just done from practicing 26 days. That's the difference this month. Love and appreciate you. Take you out with one of my